Hello, this is SSW. I decided to do this video for two reasons. Number one, people get confused on between less lethal and PCP air rifles. When I talk about these things with people, they don't know the difference. So I'm here to clear the air on that one. And number two, there's an ongoing online debate about the effectiveness of less lethal. Now, I first want to say that you should have both. You should have both less lethal and lethal means of self-defense and home defense. Above all. There are situations that call for both, depending on the level of escalation. You know. So, that being said, less lethal is CO2 powered. They come in rifle and pistol form, or revolver form, or whatever we want. And they have CO2 activation. And they shoot kinetic rounds at 50 and 68 caliber, and pepper balls at 50 and 68 caliber, and riot balls at 50 and 68 caliber. And I talk to a lot of people, and they always say non-lethal, but that's not the case. If it's less than lethal, that means it does have potential to be lethal, depending on the situation. But it doesn't mean it's non-lethal. Non-lethal is a different thing, Less than lethal is just that. Has the potential to be lethal, but is less than lethal. PCP air rifle, lethal. Has firearm power, particularly in America. They shoot pellets, big and small. You have big bore and medium bore, and whatever. In America, you can get high-powered PCP air rifles that have firearm power. And I want to make a distinction here. Less lethal anyone can get, but there are a lot of lethal means, particularly in America. I'm only going to use America as an example. That, let's say, you can get in America. Now, for most folks, the first thing in America people want to get are modern firearms. But not everyone can get them, even in America. So, you go towards things that are more accessible. PCP, black powder. Yes, anyone can own black powder. Black powder rifles, black powder revolvers, whatever you like. The old Colt 45, Colt 1911 and stuff like that, those reproductions. You can buy those black powder firearm reproductions. There's crossbows, and there's repeating crossbows. Even in Europe, you can own those. Now, there are critics of less lethal who would say that it might not be that effective. Well, if that was true, how come every police precinct uses burner products and has exclusive burner products, burner launchers that they use in subduing people, in crowd control? So when law enforcement uses less lethal launchers, these CO2 launchers, so to say they aren't effective, well, I can tell you that the police would disagree with you. And that being said, I think you should have both. You should have both less lethal and lethal means of self-defense. Both are needed, depending on the situation and the escalation of the situation. You know? Not every situation is going to call for less lethal projectiles, but there are some situations where less lethal would be more of a valid means, where it gives you choices. It gives you a choice between lethal and less lethal. And I think when you're given more choices for home defense and self-defense, I think that's a good thing. In conclusion, I hope I cleared the air on all these things. And if you have any questions, just ask in the comment section.